So today I am sharing 3 things that our guests absolutely loved from our wedding day. I'm Ria, wedding stationery designer and stylist, and I love helping couples like you have fun while you plan your wedding. I always love videos like this because it's a real insight into what guests actually take notice of. It's quite interesting that what you think your guests are going to say about your wedding isn't necessarily so, and they'll pick out random stuff that they really enjoyed. It's not always what you think it's going to be. So I thought it would be quite fun to share the top 3 things that our guests raved about afterwards. So the first thing that the guests raved about were all the handmade items. Obviously, me and my husband are very creative people, and when it comes to our wedding, we were going to throw ourselves into it and make as much as we possibly could. So my husband made all the wedding signage that was scattered about, and he made the disco booth as well, which was really fun because it had like a light up sign as well on the front. I made all the stationery and the favours, which I had to go at making soap, which was definitely a first. And then I also made all the flowers on the tables. I let everybody take them home because I thought it would be a really nice keepsake. And I had help from my mother-in-law when it came to all the bunting and the table linens and the napkins. She helped us make all of those. So all those little touches definitely didn't go unnoticed by the guests. They really did appreciate all the time and effort that had gone into everything. But I think we would have done it anyway because it was just what we wanted to do. But when you're creating something for your guests to enjoy, then, you know, this really shows in the end result. And everybody was just like, how have you had time to do all this? So the second thing that our guests raved about when it comes to our wedding was the soundtrack. Now, I've got to say, we are no experts when it comes to putting a soundtrack together, but we nailed it because we had lots of compliments afterwards about this. It wasn't even something we thought about, but when we was putting our soundtrack together, obviously we needed to like all the songs. There was a couple in there that I weren't so keen of, which actually made me stop dancing, which is what my husband chose. But we had to have a variety. And my husband, when he put the soundtrack together, he actually did it by era. Because we were starting off with Etta James, he obviously kept in that era when it comes to some of the songs, so that it all flowed really nicely. So we had a bit of everything so that all the different ages could enjoy the music. We picked music we knew our family and friends were going to enjoy. And as the night got on, we got more modern and up to date. It was something I didn't even expect our guests to mention. They absolutely raved about how good the music was and the fact that it went from older stuff to newer stuff. That meant that everybody got up and danced. So it's definitely something we're quite proud of. We never expected to get that kind of feedback. Third thing that our guests raved about was the food. Everybody enjoyed the food, and I think the most important thing to take away from this is that there was a huge selection of choice. Now, we decided to have a barbecue, like a buffet style dinner, because we wanted a relaxed kind of atmosphere. So we chose a local company that did barbecues, and they had a wide variety of meats to choose from and salads and coleslaws and all that jazz. And yeah, it went down a storm because it was a very hot day and people could just get up and get what they wanted. And you know, it was the right kind of food for the right kind of weather we had as well. People went up for seconds because they could just put on their plate what they wanted the first time, and then they could go up if they wanted some more. So people really did enjoy the food. You know, I've had compliments 6 years down the line that, oh my God, the food at your wedding was amazing. So I think a lot of the time when it comes to a sit down meal, it's really hard to select like one meal that everybody's going to like. So the fact that we had choice really helped people enjoy the meal because they could just get a burger if they wanted it, get a piece of pork if they wanted it, have a sausage if they wanted it. There was just loads to choose from. I hope you've enjoyed listening to what these top 3 raves were from our wedding guests, and hopefully it will help you think about what you could like put your time and energy into, because obviously you want your guests to give you these compliments after afterwards and they come from nowhere, which is amazing. So if you have enjoyed this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up, and you could subscribe to my channel so you're notified of new videos when they go live. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in my next video.